But I guess the big beef of the night came from Stephen A. Smith, who was mad at the BET Awards for honoring OJ. So he went on a rant on the Stephen A. Smith show, disrespecting OJ, just basically saying OJ wasn't shit. He shouldn't basically acknowledge him.
Trial was televised. His actions and his dismissiveness and disassociation and distance from the black community was self-inflicted. He created that. He wanted nothing to do with us. Where's this affinity for him? But nobody definitively knows what he did but God himself. But I got to tell you, that was a bad look on the part of the BET Awards.
And as I've always said, OJ didn't kill them people. They were Colombian next time.
Not guilty.
The thing,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
by a jury of his peers.
By a jury of his peers.
The thing about this is this. You still can't knock the man's accomplishments.
Yeah, he's still one of the greatest running backs of all time.
Death?
You know what I'm saying? Like, this man is passed on. So, yeah, okay, you can have your own opinion on what happened with the murders. That's cool. But like y'all said, he was found innocent.
Yeah.
Now, being found innocent, we look back and he did go to prison on some other
bullshit charge,
some crazy charge, trying to get his stuff back.
Right.
But nevertheless, slander the man, whatever. His stuff gets slandered. But at the end of the day, you're talking about one of the greatest running backs to ever
play the game.
Lace up cleats.
First 2,000-yard runner.
This man is mentioned with Gale Sayers and Barry Sanders and the likes of those names. This man is a legend. So, yeah, show a little bit of respect for the dead.
Yeah, he just has a personal beef. It has to be a personal beef, yo.
Yeah, you know why? Because Stephen A. wanted to be the GOAT coon, and OJ took his title before
It's
he
something,
passed.
yo. It is something. You know, like, one of the reasons I Jay, he was in Naked Gun, and those are some of my favorite.
Yeah, that's what really. As a kid, that was the first thing
like
from OJ I noticed. That and the Hertz commercials.
Oh my God, them joints.
Yeah, those were hilarious.
This is my thing. Stephen A. is so opinionated that when he makes opinions, sometimes they be out of left field, like just like we talked about last week with the Will Smith. He need to come to the black community and apologize. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Stephen A. is one of them goofy tries to speak for the black community, and it's always off base, unless it's just something we generally all agree on.
We've given him so much power now, and his voice is so powerful.
Is it that we giving him power?
Yeah, because we debate on what he says. That's power.
Well, really, I just want to talk about Willie D calling him a coon.
Or
Faison.
But for some reason, they can't let it go. It's OJ. And they have these stooges like Half Stephen from Django Smith. And they use these little monkeys like Stephen A. Smith to say the things that they can't say publicly.
Don't limit. Stephen A. is a very powerful voice.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't
one of the
deny
most
pros.
powerful black voices in this country.
When he's covering sports.
That's one reason, but he's covering himself with MAGA folks.
Yeah.
Well, nevertheless, his voice is powerful. You heard this man's voice for 20 plus years consistently.
No, actually, we heard him only by a good.
Nah. See,
He was a reporter.
Stop. Well, see,
he's been with
I'm from
ESPN.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, but you did. Yeah, exactly.
I'm from Philadelphia. He's covered the Eagles and Sixers.
Exactly.
His whole and this is another thing. When you got all that news about Allen Iverson back in the day, guess who was covering all that?
Shit,
I know that. But what I'm saying is.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm more of a Tony Kornheiser, Michael Wilbon, because they were in the DC.
But Michael Wilbon's the brother. Yeah. His voice is nowhere near as powerful as Stephen A.
Because he's a brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, no doubt. Like, shout out to my man.
I mean, one thing for sure, though, Stephen A. is really trying hard. Like, it's one thing, get your money. It's another thing to have your opinion. It's another thing when you literally trying to leap forward in front of the black community like you a Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how Bill Cosby was?
And that's the thing. Like now,
that.
since your voice is so powerful, you think that you can
stay out his lane and get into another lane. And as I've said, we don't want to hear Stephen A's opinion on outside of sports.
Shut up.
Yeah, because it's generally off brand.
Because see, now what's going to happen is I only want to tune in and listen to you. And then I'm hearing that First Take, they having beefing between him and Shannon.
Nah, I don't believe that. I don't
know
believe that because
he brought Shannon.
Because that's what I'm saying. I don't believe there's beef.
happen,
No. See, we got to think. Stephen A's at the end of his career.
Right. So you don't think
No. Yeah, Stephen A's at the end of his career.
So you don't think because of that, that's the reason why he probably extra sensitive and it probably might be a little
I wouldn't think so. Well, he might be because of how
that's why
think
he Shannon
acts.
on.
Exactly.
But I believe I brought Shannon because everybody can see, and if Stephen A can't see it, then he blind. Shannon's your replacement.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shannon is your replacement.
But Shannon got too much going on the side that's not related to ESPN
at all.
You're right, but
he would be an idiot to give that up for ESPN.
But wait, no, you won't, because see, who backs ESPN?
Disney.
Okay. How big is that Disney bank account?
It's not about the money though.
Yeah, because as of right now, with
Club Shay Shay is his own brand.
Yeah, it's his own brand. He got Club Shay Shay.
And you're right, but you're telling me they're not willing to the late night.
Yeah, the late night.
But you're telling me ESPN? Yes.
I'm not getting notifications for it, so I just assume maybe they were taking a break.
No, they probably did. I haven't
because I haven't seen clips of it. I ain't got no notifications.
Notification about since.
And that usually pops up on my feed, whether it's live or not. So I just assumed sports were done for a minute. They're taking a couple of weeks off.
Right now, since basketball season out,
they just talk about everything. Jesus Christ.
Sports. So until football outside the Olympics.
I mean, I ain't mad at them taking a break.
Everybody taking a break.
Yeah, I just want to make sure shit was good.
Shows and stuff like that.
I'm realizing I ain't seen this in a minute
because if you see, they got their replacements on. This is where everybody take their summer vacation and all that other shit. Mm-hmm. So it's been reported that it's been some strife going on with, behind the scenes of ESPN. You know, especially with Stephen A. and his contract coming up and stuff like that. Shannon just got his newly contract and everything.
Yes,
and anonymous.
But I mean, when you think about ESPN. Those are the two names you think about.
That's it. Yeah.
You don't think about my girl Michelle McNutt or Molly Karam or any of these. Who?
Greeny?
Greeny
on Seth. Is it Seth Greenberg?
No.
See how much y'all know the nigga?
He comes on
the white dude. He comes on in the morning.
Mike Greeny.
Mike Greenberg.
Yeah.
They call him Greeny.
I think right now the two.
The skinny one, the fat one, but the skinny
Mike and Mike forever. Mike Greeny.
The two biggest names right now on ESPN to me are Stephen A.
Yeah, it's them,
and Shannon Sharp.
Them three though. But again, so it would show some type of credence that it could be some clashing going on, because if you got a man here who's been on the show, been on the scene for as long as he has, and this is at his so-called tail end of his career, which I don't think so, because the old ass lady I'm telling you about that's on, she's out of L.A., that she be on third shift. What's the Linda Cohen? Her ass been around since.
When I say the end of his career, I mean like he won't be on ESPN as much as he used to. Like but I believe they're getting Shannon groomed and stuff to bring Shannon along.
NBA Today, he's on outside of NBA Today. He got his own show. Then he do special appearance on Sports Center and stuff like that. So, and then outside of that, he got the Stephen A. show, podcast, and all that other stuff. So the fact of the matter is, with these podcasts and all these outlet media, that you don't really need. Yeah,
he doesn't need ESPN no more.
Exactly. So
but
that's the reason why he.
But when they offer you $20 million, then you like, I'll come back for a little bit.
Well, but again, though, what they offer him, he can make that on his own without being attached to ESPN.
Especially since both him and Shannon were fired originally. And
why not get all of it? Because they're letting you do it now.
That's why he's asking for the 25 million. He'd be the highest paid talent there ever.
And he kind of deserves it.
I mean,
he's the biggest name in ESPN.
He strategically cornered himself to where it can. Like I said, when we spoke on it before, when he go on these Fox, Sean Hannity, and all that shit,
he's
about
building
Trump,
the MAGA crowd.
He's building the MAGA crowd. Like, hey, ESPN, you can't get rid of me because this MAGA crowd gonna say something.
The best thing that happened to Stephen A. was Skip left. Skip took his ball and went to Fox. That was the best thing that happened for Stephen A.
You think that's good?
For Stephen A., yeah. Because that really
were the best duo.
They were, but that gave the chance for Stephen A. really to spread his wings.
Yeah, look at what he spread his wings to.
Yeah, he spread his cheeks.
He should have stayed his ass.
I mean, but you say that, but he asking for $20 million. Like,
I mean, outside of what he does, I can't take that away.
You know, the moment he turned when they suspended him for those comments on women.
Yeah,
and after that, he said it was just easier to go at women.
My sister and them got on me, and my mama, his mama at that time was alive. God bless her.
Yeah,
and they got on me, and they had to straighten me out, and I had to listen.
Sounded like Steven from Django.
Stephen A. Man, shut the.
Yeah,
because I'm really close to not even watching First Take no more.
I don't watch it like I used to. In fact,
I don't.
I ain't gonna lie. Undisputed to me was perfect when it was Skip and Shannon. That was my show. I never.
It was.
I never watched.
Now, you talk about fumbling the bag, boy. Whew.
Well, Skip don't give a shit. Skip is probably gonna retire.
Skip.
I mean, yeah, he does it, but you know, us looking it in, like, you know how much money you.
He got easy.
Skip got paper.
But that's what makes his show so trash. Now you got Weezy up there. Don't nobody care what he got to say.
Cares.
Like, don't nobody care what Weezy got to say about sport.
It was like you found magic with him and Shannon.
You got Keyshawn. I don't really care what Keyshawn got to say.
I don't care what none of these.
There's not really
Michael Irvin sweating on everybody.
Michael Irvin, I thought Jalen Rose was going to be huge, and then it just something happened. Like, so, but I don't care about who they got on Fox. I do like Nick though. Nick, my guy. I like Nick.
Nick Wright's cool.
I like Nick. But other than that, Fox is just like, y'all wasting time.
Yeah.
Oh, Joy.
Joy Taylor? I'm sorry. Joy Taylor's stock has gone down since that damn podcast with her and Taylor Rooks.
Nevertheless, I can look at her.
Because now you have to hear her. And she don't be talking about nothing but herself.
She know her stuff, though.
She just be talking about how everybody want to That's all she talk about. All they talk about on that show is and want to
What show? Not the one
on her podcast.
Oh, I was going to say, not on the one I watch when they don't ever talk about
on
that.
On her podcast with Taylor Rook, they sit around and all they do is talk. Well, all not Taylor, Joy does is talk about how everybody be wanting to try and no, I'm not talking to your man. And
we did that.
It's one of those show podcasts.
All over the place.
They're certainly not as talented or as charismatic as the effing podcast. I can tell you that. If y'all are watching, make sure you subscribe.
How many more topics you got?
We got just a couple more. I wanted to get into the Not Like Us video in Essence Fest. So let's go ahead. Y'all want anything more on Stephen A? Address Faison Love?
By Stephen A.
Faison said it. Said it best.
You have no idea what the they're talking about. I mean, did you even really grow up with black people? Did you see the struggle? Because it sounds like, I mean, you was that guy that your daddy would bring you up to the park and you had on long white socks and he would be, hey, could you, son? You know, he ain't used to being around real. Play ball with him or show him a little something, and people like, get the take that long nose with you in his long ass socks.
Faison is hilarious.
Yeah.
Who the ask you to say anything, Stephen A.
That was funny. Yeah, as y'all can see, yeah, for anybody not of our community who wants to know how our community perceives Stephen A., you can reference Faison and Willie D's comments, and they pretty much sum up how most of us feel towards Stephen A.
Right.
Just stay in the lane of sports because that's where you're potent at, and you know,
and that's where you're knowledgeable.
Yeah.